Hello and welcome back to the Midwest Mainline, and we're on the Midwest Mainline, the passenger version of it anyway, and pulling up is one of our Hiawatha's to a jam-packed Grand Rapids station. We're probably going to have to take a look at that because all those people have money in their pockets and we need that to expand and give them a better service across this area of Minnesota. Fictional area. I mean, they're sort of in the right place, aren't they? Anyway, Grand Rapids, looking very busy. Another train pulling up. These trains are going to need to space themselves out a little bit. They are a bit squished together. I don't want to say thank you to everyone who suggested names for our Hiawathas in the comments below the last video. I have chosen 4. We'll take a look at those very shortly. What are we doing today? We've got to set up the first phase. I'm going to split it up into phases because it's a bit of a mission that we've got ahead of us. Or the oil. Yeah, we've got to start with oil, then head over to fuel, and then finally take it up to Hibbing, which is where that train's going. It looks good, doesn't it? I do like it. But anyway, we've got a lot of people left. Right then, what are we doing? Well, we're going to be doing that shortly. It's a big fuel project that we've got to do. I mean, we've got to do everything, but this is the one that's immediate. We started off last week. It was last week. Yes, you're right. Last week with this, we made a start. It's ready to head up past Hibbing to our refinery there, and then we've got to make our way down to the what would that be called? Another refinery, but for fuel. I would like to take a look at. Oh yes, I haven't shown you the names yet. That's what I've gone with, guys. Thank you again in the comments. We've got the Midwest Hiawatha. Didn't actually head up this way, but I think that's a good name for it. We've got the North Star Express. Again, didn't head up this way, but it is Minnesota is the North Star state, and that's very fitting, isn't it? The Olympian Hiawatha. I don't know why I just decided to pronounce it differently. There we go, the Olympian Hiawatha, and we've still got our Twin Cities. There are our 4 trains. We might have a 5th, depending on how we do. What I need to do first, or what we should do possibly, before he gets here, we're going to have to pause it. So what I'd like to do is manage the vehicles on this line, all of them, and we're going to use the edit tool, and we're going to add a passenger wagon on each one. Right, we've got all those. It's going to cost us 7 million. But they'll all have 6. And one thing I've noticed, this station is a bit short, the platforms. We're probably going to have to move the switch up a little bit. Possibly. I don't know. We'll see. I think we are, aren't we? If you need to get off that switch. You're not off it. And it's only just. Oh yeah, you can get out there. That's fine. Totally safe. So we needed. Well, we can go there, can't we? If we put a signal there, will that work for us? No, we don't want it one way. Oh, you can't put it on the switch. That's unfortunate. Okay, we'll try and remember because, yeah, it's going to concertina the train up. A little unfortunate. I think I can remember it. It was about there. So, I mean, it's going to mean a shorter. No, we don't want that. And we want that. Actually, couldn't we just. I would prefer it not to be too slow coming out. If we go something like that. 50, it's never going to get to 50, but that should be enough room for it. Let's get that in there. Right, and then we can put the signal up here, and then a one-way signal back there. Oh, you're facing the wrong way. Yes, you are. There we go. Good start. Will you cheer up? I think you will. You now carry 108 people. It's going to take a little while for this to bed in. We've only just put it in, so there's no real point looking at the finances, although we will. Yeah, that's going to take a while. It's not bad. It's not bad. So there we go. He's off. He's off. We'll ignore this for now, although, should we? I would like another tram on here. Let's add another tram on. Manage those vehicles. Duplicate you. We'll have 5 on there. I would like them coming around a little more frequent. It was asked whether this is going to be affecting Hibbing too negatively. 20%. I don't really mind this going up to 30%. So we're good there. And the reason is we've got residential all here. we've got our trucks that are delivering there. Some of our station noise also affects them, and obviously our new trams do as well. But how badly? Not very bad at all. If you look at the emissions at mouse cursor, it's not too bad even near the station. Around about 70 to 73 is okay. So we're good, we're good. If we change it from average to current, yeah, the trams are not too noisy. When they pass each other, it's obviously a touch noisier. It looks like it's sort of additive, isn't it? Additive, and then a little bit of a drop. Well, actually it drops off quite quickly, doesn't it? Yeah, there we go. So not too bad. Gets a bit noisy at times. 71, still all right, and that's with two trams next to each other. Beautiful. That's that side of it sorted. Now I did promise that we'd get this. Where are you? Where is he? The Zephyr we have running on here. I did promise that we'd give him a little bay platform over here. Since this diamond is no longer needed, we can easily do that. Let's get rid of the diamond. Who's complaining? Yes, you will complain. We're going to need to pause that quickly. Let's edit this section and give us a bay platform for our little commuter service that's heading to Bloomington. I will just say we're probably overdoing it a little bit, because Bloomington we're not supplying any goods to yet. And we've got three separate services. So we've got the Midwest Mainline, the little Zephyr shuttle, and that bus service. What I think we'll do today as well is take a few buses off there and not waste too much money on it. Right, let's, we might as well go with that. Let's go with fast track. Let's make it a short bay. Maybe one more? No, there. I kind of like it. And then what we could do, just for looks, is add buildings at the end. Like that. We've got plenty of money. Let's do it. Let's just add, like, I don't know what that could be. It's a building on the other side, and it looks kind of cool. I like it. We can do that. So this is our bay platform, and now it ends quite nicely, and there's some extra platform up there. If you add another passenger platform on the other side, it doesn't quite look right. It adds like all these stops and extra signposts rather than extending them and filling them out. However, if you do it like this, it gives you a nice little walkabout area. Some scenery items. Okay, now we need to get our Zephyr on and off the main line. Do you know, it was mentioned in the comments that I've been fighting with the UI a little bit. Still am. I will get used to it, I do promise. For now, I'm gonna try and edit all that out where I click too many things. What's also kind of amusing, or a little sad, is that I promised myself that I would pay more attention to what I was clicking on. And then it was probably my worst UI experience I've had. Oh dear. Anyway, let's do better this time around, shall we? Right, that is two-way. That is not needed. We're not going to turn around there anymore. That can stay there, that's fine. Oh, it's gone a bit... It does this sometimes when you adjust them, where it keeps both lights on for like eternity. I'd like that to actually be one way now. There we go, it's fixed itself. And you're in the right place. So, oh, do you know what we don't have? A short clearing signal there, which would be quite useful for us. That's about halfway, isn't it? It doesn't really matter, but I would like it as close as possible. I'll take that. There we go. We've got a bay platform. We can continue that. Who's grumpy? No, you're not. You're fine. Oh, you might still be a little grumpy. Can we make sure that you're stopping at the bay platform? Terminals. You're not. Terminal 3. Now you are. Now you're happy. There we go. And we've got a little signal. That should give people a bit of space. You see that one of these platforms can service both sides. These buses is just absolutely overkill now, and we do have new ones, but it'd be pointless replacing them all. So let's find a couple of buses that have no people on, if there are any. They're still on there, aren't they, at the moment? Oh no, there we go, there's a candidate. Get rid of you. Someone on there, someone on... Come on, can't you all get on the same bus? This will force them to all get on the same bus because we're going to reduce the frequency slightly and not have so many buses running around. I think that's enough, right? We can probably change them over because we did unlock the new buses. Do you know what? We're going to pick one that only has one person on. I don't know what's going to happen to them. Are we just going to vaporize them? Probably. There you go. Or they teleported up to their new stop. And they'll probably want that service every week, day, however long it takes them. We'll go and check on the Zephyr in the bay platform as well. Right, manage these vehicles. We're going to swap these to the new buses, which are the Twin Coach 44S. And get all those on there. Like I said, it's probably too many, but we can sort those out. There we go. That's our new buses. They do look nice. I like these. These couldn't be any more American if they tried, could they? Those bridges need some work. But they look great. I like them. There's one person in there. Lots of space. Where's our train? There you go. I like this section here. We only really cross it once, don't we, to get back on, which is absolutely fine. How are you doing with your new passenger? You're full. What does that do for our finances? I think we're going to steady out on that. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm glad we did that. The extra, this is great. There you go. He's pulling into the bay platform there. And we do have people waiting, 24 people waiting, so they are going to use it. We're going to slightly phase out our bus service and just have the odd bus there, should anybody want to take the bus instead. Give them plenty of options, right? Yes, I like that. Apparently in real life, that is that shiny. And where's our Hiawatha's? There's none around, so you're just gliding out there. Good times. I like that. You're beautiful. We have, what are you? The Midwest Hiawatha. What were you waiting for? Ah, freight train. Freight train crossing over, that's fine. What it does. You're absolutely jam-packed as well. Once that's steadied out, we can probably remove one of the passenger wagons, but it's going to take a little time. How are we doing down here? We've got new buses, but we don't... Oh, do you know what? We've not put the extra bus service on here. I don't think it will matter for now. We could put the new trams on though, right? And we'll colour these ones in GT blue. Oh, you're wonderful. Oh, it even says it on the front. Grand Rapids Metro. I like that. Wait, if we go into camera view, we can take a good look at that, can't we? By spinning round. There we go. Grand Rapids Metro. You're looking very happy there with your job. Oh, I do like that. A lot. Do you have anything on the side? This is probably one of my favourite camera views now. The fact you can just swing around it like this. Ooh, dodge the tree. Anybody want to get on board? Yeah, you do. Because it's brilliant. Right. You're not doing phase 1 at the moment, are you? No, you're not. What you're doing is playing with your toys. That's fine. That should help the throughput on there anyway with the new tram. Since there's no buses, we do have buses. I almost forgot. We have buses over here, which could definitely do with being upgraded. The yellow ones. Right. Let's get managed vehicles and we'll replace them with these. And we'll have these ones yellow. We might as well do those. We've got the money for it. Right, we're investing. We can leave those as default colour. That's them in their actual colours. That before you mess with them and turn them yellow. That should really help with picking people up now. I don't think they're actually... Oh, they are complaining a little bit. I don't know what happened. Some passengers leave. I guess they just walk off, right? Like, oh, I'm not waiting all day for that. Look at how many people are before me. Yeah, we'll get you sorted, guys. We'll definitely get you sorted. You only got 11 people on. That's because our little Zephyr's taking some people. That might change eventually. What do we have here? Oh, we got the big boy. 81 miles per hour, which is pointless at the moment. Do you know what he's reserved for? The big boy? This grain farm. because he's going to run pretty much almost, I would say, the entirety of the map. We do have another candidate here for plastic. That would be a good one, wouldn't it? That literally is the entire length of the main line. So 2 big boys coming from down here. That's our future plan. Anyway, shall we get building? I was playing with our existing network for far too long, and we need to get this in. We're going to stick with wooden track. We probably should take a quick look at the lay of the land, and if we go kind of wiggly around there, eventually we're going to come up to the point where we need to enter the main line and then drift off. We are going to probably slow down a touch, but I don't think it matters for us. We don't want to go down, do we? That'll be silly. And I don't want us to build any bridges. What we will do is we'll bring this side up to meet it and just have that as a bit of a drop off on the other side. So there we go. We'll get that in. It's not going to cost us too much. I mean, we could wiggle a little bit. We're going to make the money anyway, as long as it's 75. There we go. Now it's working all right. Do we want... I kind of want a little tunnel there. Just a little tiny one through here. It would look kind of cool. Completely not needed. We could have gone round, but I like a tiny tunnel. Especially when you're going along the mountainside like that. Get in there. Alright, let's take this off now. How does that look? Oh, you look lovely. I like that. You're just going through the mountainside. And then you've got this little bit here. Oh yes, beautiful. We might be able to ditch some of these trees so we can get a good view on cab rides. That's a plan for later. Let's get it functional first and actually connected. Now, how are we going to get up onto the main line? We are going to connect this up, even though it's not going to be used. A couple of things we've got to think about. It's going to be double tracked because one thing we might need, with it being 2 crude oil to 1 refined oil, like a sort of shunting service, taking some extra barrels up there. Possibly. It might not matter. I think that's the best way to do it though, and it'll give our trains that continue off to get the fuel a bit of a larger load. Okay, can we do this? We kind of want this one, don't we? Oh, I know how we can do it, guys. Because it's dying to drop off at either side or raise up. So we can, not cheat, but we can lay some foundations for us, which would be this one, which is rather nice. And we can increase the size of it there. And if we do that at the side, it'll be encouraged to be... Oh no, you can't do it like that. You want that one. Yeah, if we get it on the sides like that and just bring it up a little bit, it will be less inclined to do the sharp drop off either side of the track on the junction. I hope. That's the plan. So if we go off like that, we should be going down at the same rate this track is. Obviously, I would like to get this... Don't snap. You can hold shift to stop it from snapping, but one thing it will also do is like do that. So I'm just going to zoom in as close as possible and see if we can get that at about 50 miles an hour. Or is that too high? You've gone way too high there, Mr. T. You Burke. Let's try that again, shall we, in the right place. This is where we're going in. The reason we were too high there is because we've got to miss this high ridge here and sort of head that way. Again, we're going to be a little close to the residential area, but I don't think it'll be too bad. Okay, back to this. We want that one, it'll be fine. I like to... Oh, you done it again. It's about as good as it's going to get. Let's try there. Can we get about 50? I hope so. There. And do you look too terrible? Absolutely awful. I didn't smooth it down there, did I? Oh, wait, you did smooth it. Maybe it's a bit steeper. Oh, I don't like that. Get up there. Can I use that one just here? That might be better. And then, oh no, you're doing it again. Do that. Let's see how that goes. Come on. Come on. Look good for me. Are we in? I think that's it. Take it. Oh, you're beautiful. There we go. We got it. We got it in. You really don't have to do this. It's up to you. It's purely aesthetic. It's not going to affect how your train is, even if the track looks terrible. Right, now we should be able to... I would like to actually just hook up and see what it says. 54, 53. Don't mind a bit of a turn. Just a little bit of a raised section. Do you know, that's almost perfect, isn't it? Quick, take it before it changes its mind. It's not how that works. Right, and we're going to need the double track, like I said earlier. We'll take it up to the tunnel there, and then lose the dot, and then take it there. And then we'll come in at the station, about there. I mean, we're going to be heading off from the station here. We don't need it too quick. We are going to have to be very careful for the length of our trains, though. We're probably not going to need a max. I don't mind that. Probably do. Change my mind. Let's take it back a little bit. See if we can get a little bit better speed on there. 48 miles an hour. That is perfect. Right, let's get us a signal in here. So that bit's done. One way, yes. Just there. Right. Okay. Now we need to signal this junction up. So we should get rid of these two signals. Those two are fine. Remember, this section isn't very busy at the moment. There. We're going to have another drift off here. So we are kissing the main line to keep within the mainline rules. Now, if we can get the same sort of 50 off here and without it looking too terrible, I'll be one happy chappy and technically we'll be done, right? For that. Now, can you do it? 50? That's beautiful. 50 mile an hour is a pretty quick junction. Oh, the inside one is 49. That's fine. That's fine. Now, can we swing round at 50 since you're going to be going that speed anyway? 55 works. But we can take it. Well, actually, yeah, you could start speeding up, couldn't you? Depends where we're heading here. Don't want to hit that ridge too close. So we can take a little bit off there. Now, what height do we have? Just here. We are at 101 meters high, just there, because we're going into this green section, and we do drop off eventually, and we've got to then head down to 69 meters. What we don't want to do, if we can help it, is go up any further. We've already done the junction, so it shouldn't affect that at all, and we'll go along like that, because having a little cutting will be kind of nice. I like the sound of that, and we could even detail it up a little bit later. What I would like to do is not really get in the way of our trucks. So are we saying a road bridge over the top for them? For that, we're going to have to pause it. Let's break that line. Yeah, you're going to not like me. We're going to have a road bridge. You're going to be going straight like that. In fact, could we just gently head down? I think we could. Let's just gently head down. If you hold shift, you can lower it a little bit and make our way down towards the refinery. Now, we can't just leave this. We're going to have to make a road bridge of sorts. I think we can do this quite easily. Famous last words. But here we go. We'll give it a go. We'll raise it up and down with comma and period. You want period to raise it up. Will that give us your beautiful? You're just beautiful. I love it being a stone arch as well. I mean, we could probably lower it, but isn't that... do you know what? Take that. Yeah, perfect. Right, now, if we take that up the hill a little bit, we should be able to get us a gradual slope on there, or even perfectly straight. It's almost straight. It's like it was meant to be. Right, we're going to have to do something a bit different with this. It's nice to have some road stuffs going on, isn't it? I'll tell you what, could you come out of there and start heading up immediately? It's already heading up anyway. That's not too steep, is it? I mean, you don't want to come down here too quick on an icy day. Not that there is any ice, but if we're playing that game. We could put some trees in, couldn't we? Paint tools. No, what do you want? Terrain assets. Is it assets? I've never actually done too much with the trees. We could have just some of those, couldn't we? Ooh, what are those? They're nice. These? Oh, they're nice big trees. Can't you just hold... Oh. Let's try a gun. Where's the gun? Oh, here we go. No, not those. I've never actually used these guys, so it'll be a bit interesting. There we go. There's a mixture. Oh, look how that works. The gun now, you can... So we can take, like, the bushes out. And you just want like Scots pines or say those two. And then we can do... Oh, where's all our things gone? My word. This is lovely. I don't know what paint steep side is. I don't know what any of that is, but we could... Oh, I like it. I like it. You can just paint some trees in like that. And it looks nice, doesn't it? Wow, that's been improved somewhat. It's a shame trees don't seem to affect anything as far as noise pollution goes, but I had a bit of fun with that. Anyway, on with the connection. Would like to get this in today. Again, we can start heading down. Where are we? We're over there. Can we get round? Should have probably gone round sooner, shouldn't we? Go round sooner. You're not looking where you're going. Go round here. Don't head up. We've got to head down. That way. But at 75, please, if possible. In case we do get up to full speed. Be a shame to scrub off any further. A little tunnel. I don't mind a little tunnel. Can we actually head down a little bit? I mean, we could have a cutting. You know what? Let's have a cutting instead. And then we'll keep heading down. I like it. It's a little more expensive. Right. No, you don't want to do that. You want to be heading down. It's kind of a drop-off, isn't it, right down here? I would prefer you not to come down so steep, if possible. There we go. Like that. Just gently come down. Because we've got to head back up that way. It's not going to be too bad for our big trains, but it's going to be a bit of a mission for our little shunter that's going to be taking extra oil for us. Now, where do we want this? We could have... No, it's pointless having two stations. Wouldn't this be perfect for a curved station? So I was thinking of heading off down that way since we've got to head down towards the main line anyway. But we can't have that. Make do with what you've got. I think that's what we had, right? We don't want any catenary on. We could have a little bit of an angle. Or no. You know what? Let's bring it over here and build the roads around it. I mean, it's going to be a little bit of a sharp turn, isn't it, at the end? An angle like that might do it. Curved stations, please. Right, get in there. You don't have curved stations, Gran. Deal with it. Deal with it. Anyway, what are we doing? Don't do the road yet. Do the tracks. It's going to be a sharp turn. Let's just connect up and see what the survey says. Is what it's saying, unfortunately. Connect to here. To there. Connect to... Fine. Didn't want you to connect anyway. Right. Let's not scrub too much speed off. 65 on here will be fine. I mean, none of our trains are actually doing past that because of the wagons. 37's a bit rough, but we are coming into a station. So I'm willing to accept that. And like I said, we've got... I should have put two platforms on. We've got another train, haven't we, that could be turning back. So we should configure this and put an extra track on the side there. Luckily, this is easy. I do like this about modular stations. Platforms, we want freight. And then on this side, we're only technically dropping off, but we can do the fancies. Ooh, should we do something cool with cargo buildings and actually like put some of these on? It looks like a bit of an area that we're building up here. I like that. Oh, that looks beautiful. Look at you. Like two little warehouses on the sides. Fantastic. Now we can connect that up. Get in there. Okay, which side? We don't want... You're heading that way, aren't you? What would we like, really? That way would be better, wouldn't it? For our shunter to pull off the main line and head back. Well, it's not the main line. You know what I mean. To pull off this one so it's not changing tracks. We can just head off that way. Since this one is only running one direction, we can have this quite steep, heading down towards the river there. Alright guys, we're not done yet, obviously. We need to connect this to this refinery. So I'm going to need the roads. We can use anything because we don't really care what's going on here. As long as we just find enough of a gap, that's perfect. Outside the front of our station there, we connect to all the things. They're absolutely wonderful. What I need though is we definitely need this to connect, don't we? Currently it doesn't. Ooh, did I leave enough room through there? Ooh, go on. I mean, I don't mind the little thing there, but we could head up like that. Because we're not actually using it, are we? We're just going around. Oh, you're so close. You're so close. I know what we could do. We could head that way. Since we're just kind of doing some scenery stuffs, we could just go... Oh, yeah, that's not where I thought you'd be. We could swing around there gently and meet up. So it's like the station access. And let's upgrade those. You're attached now. Look at that. We're attached. That's brilliant. And it doesn't look too terrible. I like that. I mean, what you could do as well is have this as the same material as that. So get rid of this rock. You can get your little paint tool out. Which is it? It's like dirt, right? Yeah, there you go. A bit of dirt so it kind of blends in. Let's turn the strength down on that just a little bit. I thought I painted dirt all over the place then. Yeah, I like that. And then at the front here too. So it looks like there's a lot going on out here, isn't there? Like that. I like it. Oh, that's kind of beautiful. You're kind of beautiful. Then we can get a bit of smoothing done. Terrain tools. Go like that. Just bring all that up. So it doesn't look quite so terrible. We've got a bit of a issue there, but it's alright. Now, here's an interesting thing. How do we get our trains up here? Because that's our only depot. Easy. They're going to go that way first. We have no signalling, so we need to sort that out. I'm gonna go away and do the signalling. We've already done all the junction work. It's just a case of blocking. Alright, we have our full blocking done for that section. And it's looking about okay. I missed these two signals, which are protecting it from this direction. How does the junction itself look? Marvellous. Right, let's build us a line first. Don't do it. Don't just go building trains. This is going to be a first phase of the build. And since we can make money, just delivering it to here, it's going to help with our funds, providing we can afford the train. What colour do we want it? Because we kind of got dark, like a dark green, the oil colour, and then more green. So should we go with some sort of this colour, maybe? Oh, but then you got fuel to add to it, which is red. Just pick a colour, just leave it. Leave it. Well, it's not even that, is it? It's more blue. Oh dear. Right. Could have it dark purple. That's kind of a nice colour. Stick the eye on. This would be the... Here being fuel freight, right? It's the whole thing. Here being fuel freight. Yes, because we're going like the full journey here eventually. You see it's automatically switched sides of the track for us. I'm going to go with this purple. I kind of like that. Right then. Now we're going to pick a train. We're not having the big boy. We're saving him for the big duties down here. And we are putting them on, even if we go into... Oh, you can't turn around up there. Just notice that, guys. We might have to stick him on another line and turn him round. There's the thing. Or we could have... Which side is it? Here. We could have depot access, right? Just here. Because we're going to need it. We've got to think about depot. Depot access. Would that work? Please, if you just go in, that's just like the ultimate perfectness. And it's right after... Just take it. Just take it straight in there. We'll have a signal here because it's going to be a one-way access onto the main line. Should be about perfect. Are you working? Yes, you are. Do we need to protect that? I mean, we could technically have it as a clearing signal as well, so I don't mind. We'll have an extra signal. Where's the other one? Oh, but you got that junction there. Do you know what? I don't mind, because all it is from the depot, which isn't going to be very often, is it? Not at all. We've still got semaphores here, which we can leave in. Let's get up to our depot. Let's add us a fancy new fuel train. We're going to buy vehicles. We're going to have one to start with, and then we'll see how things progress after that. Steam locomotives. What do we have? Oh, you're going in soon. What are you compared to the 9,000? 6.2k brake horsepower, 135k pounds per foot. Yeah, you're just mega beastie awesome. I like you. Do we want 9,000s? Possibly not. We could probably have a workhorse like the Mikado. Since we're limited, I mean, his power's a bit rubbish, but his running costs are lovely. Even double-headed, it'll be 1.5 million running costs and would give him about 3,000 brake horsepower. So a little off that, but I think more than enough, right? Absolutely. I mean, there are these, but I don't want to electrify all that. These are lovely. Their power is really, really nice. Do you know what? We'll think about electrifying some of the line. A couple of Mikados, because you got that as well, that beast. You know what? Just do it. We'll have a couple of Mikados. For now, this is tempting. I might switch them to these 9,000s once we go further. But for now, I'm going to say double-headed Mikados. It gives us 3.2k brake horsepower, which is good. If it's just 2 trains. I'm surprised that just says good. It's because these probably weigh 219 tons, which is interesting. 355 tons and 567 tons on the big boy. Goodness me, cargo. Let's get us some tank cars on. These are going to be used for all 3 of those, which is lovely. They only cost 15 tons? No, they only cost 93,000 a year. I say only, that's quite... it's not bad, is it? Right, let's see how many of these we can get on before it goes a bit wobbly. Straight away. No, that's not too bad. 67 seconds, we can keep going, I think. 72 seconds. This figure rarely matches up. I tend to just go until mediums drops below maximum speed for the consist. It's only 14 million so far. We've got 320 meter stations, so we can go a bit more. We could triple head it and have a helper pushing at the back. So far, so good though. How are we doing? Still good. It might struggle, but we'll see. We'll see. No, we can still go. We've got a bit spare. 204 capacity. Okay, one more. 216. I mean, it's only going to pick up so many. That's the one, isn't it? That's the one right there. We've got an 18.6 million double-headed Mikado going on. Let's buy it. And we're going to put that onto the Hibbing fuel freight. Hopefully he finds his way there. Shall we have a look at this monster coming out? One way, no. Let's hit play. Right, that's it, guys. I think that's a good phase 1. We also tidied up some of our network. We're not ending immediately, but we are going to start wrapping up after we look at our... I don't know why the light does that sometimes. It doesn't always do it. That weird flashiness on the light there. Don't know. Don't know. Don't look into it too much. Are you blowing your whistle as you get onto the line there? Oh, these look nice. I do like those. ST Manufacturing Inc. They do look nice, don't they? You could even have like line names written on here, couldn't you? That would be kind of cool, like you do on the front of buses. Do we like these tank wagons? I do. I think they're kind of snazzy. You're a big boy. You're not actually a big boy, but you're a long train. You're picking up all right, aren't you? Yeah, you're not going to make much money yet. Let's make sure we've connected everything up over here, and that it all starts to... There we go, guys. There we go. Our mountainside retreat here is getting some crude oil on the platforms, and then we'll see how much that's going to make us. Obviously, we can run this to 400, as you need two of these to feed a full one of these. This is only going to run at 200. I think it's forever going to run at 200. I think that's it. That's our lot. Have we got on any other crude oil? Well, there's one way to find out, isn't there? If we go to here, I want to thank the person in the comments that reminded me about this a few episodes ago, because I was like looking around the map. That reminds me of Transport Fever 1. That was literally the only way you could really do that. Suppliers. There is only one. Hibbing Oil Well is our only supplier. That's unfortunate. So we're short a bit on fuel. How's that going to work for us? Because we've got plastic down here as well. We're not changing it though. It doesn't matter. We can balance it out, can't we? We can take some down here. We'll let the factory decide. It's not our business. We'll just take whatever they give us and drop it down that way, whether it wants to go to fuel. Who takes what takes plastic? Oh, what we got here? New trucks as well. Well, they look fancy. We'll take a look at those in the next episode, I think. We've got some places we can put some new trucks on. Did we upgrade these trucks? I think we did. Yes, we did. Yeah, they're the fancy ones. Yeah, what takes the plastic? That is machines. It's got to be up here, isn't it? I saw it. There. We've got goods. Right. Consumers of goods. Grand Rapids. Well, that's beautiful. That's just like a little jaunt across the river. We could even truck it straight into there, couldn't we? To be fair. And then it's up to us. Right, anyway, you're getting distracted. We've still got another forest to hook up as well. Up to here. What do you reckon, guys? Are we happy with that? Where's our Mikado? Are you heading up yet? You're going to go that way first. Is that you? No, that's the grain train's on the way up. And then our Mikado is chugging along at the back. And it's a good test of how this can get up the hill, which it can't. It's not as good as our 9,000 grain train. It is picking up a bit of speed. Obviously, it's going to struggle. Should we look up here and watch the trains pass? Because it's a lovely view. Alright guys, that has been episode 13. We have phase 1 completed and we are beginning to take our fuel. What I'm going to leave that doing, our fuel train, as it comes up the hill there, is just earning us a bit of money while we continue our build towards the fuel refinery, and then we can start looking at numbers. For now, it's going to easily carry enough, or more than what the oil well can produce anyway. And then we'll bring it back up to Hibbing with the return journey and start thinking about that. Probably phase 2 and 3. I don't know. It's going to be a build, isn't it? Definitely. Hope you enjoyed that one. There is the Mikado, almost on key. Or on time, on key. I don't know what that is. It's not my singing for anybody that watched the live stream. Anyway, if you celebrate Christmas, have a Merry Christmas. This should be going up on Christmas Eve. If you don't celebrate Christmas, have a great Wednesday. And until next time, take care.